While most of the crypto space is in full capitulation, giving up on their bags, I am looking to add to my XRP long here. I am still positioned very bullish, and we are not leaving XRP at all with short-term expectations of a 100% to 300% rally for XRP incoming. Let me explain. What we saw on Bitcoin and Ethereum is that this did take some time. This did not happen right away. And as I've been warning about, we were expecting a pullback on XRP as the ETFs went live. Just like they did for Bitcoin and Ethereum, there was a sell the news of 20% for Bitcoin, 40% for Ethereum. And those were literally the best times to buy both assets in the past 2 years. So while I look around crypto Twitter, the comments, a lot of negativity and a lot of capitulation, even though I must say the XRP community is still in pretty high spirits, the rest of the crypto space is absolutely in shambles. But there is no reason to feel down, maybe be a little bit frustrated, sure. As just like we tell our kids, it's okay to be frustrated, it's not okay to be mean. And that's how I feel with XRP. It's okay to be frustrated, but goodness gracious, now is not the time to capitulate. Now is the time to be loading up and buying the ETF sell the news pullback. Let's show you the data, and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about, folks. So after our XRP ETF went live, we've already dropped 18% here. And we're just zoomed in here looking at this chart. $2.58 is the pre-ETF launch peak. And then we pull back 18% here today down to $2.11. Now, so once again, slide on over here and I'll show you the Bitcoin and Ethereum charts. We've pulled back 18%, not quite as bad as the Bitcoin sell the news, and definitely not quite as bad as Ethereum. And by the way, I just actually measured today, Solana was down about 38% from the ETF launch. Here's the Solana chart. From its ETF going live, it was up at 205. It is now down. I got to update this chart. Down about 37% for Solana. So this was to be expected, okay? Now, before I show you the rest of the charts, here's the update on the timeline in case you missed it. Unless the SEC wants to come out and just sign off on all of the ETFs, the timeline that we're looking at right now is this. Bitwise will go live November 20th. That is this Thursday. A lot of misinformation going around about the Franklin Templeton ETF going live on November 18th. That's not true. And I believe that the confusion stems from the Amplify. This is actually an income XRP ETF. It's an options product that goes live on November 18th on the Chicago Options Exchange, the CBOE. And it seems like a lot of the AI, whether it's Grok, Gemini, they don't have the ability to go pull from the filings directly. And so this is why AI is giving bad information. And then you also have AI that's citing crypto tabloids, which is crypto fake news, that is falsely reporting that the Franklin Templeton ETF goes live tomorrow. That's not the case. Franklin Templeton updated their ETF for their XRP ETF. That S1 was updated on November 4th. So 20 days from November 4th would be the 24th. So this week, Bitwise will go live on Thursday, November 20th. Next week on Monday, Grayscale and Franklin Templeton will both go live on November 24th. And then WisdomTree, 21 Shares, and CoinShares still need to update their filings to remove the delay amendment, or the delay clause, I should say, to start their 20-day countdown. But like I said here, the SEC could just come out and sign off on the rest of them at the same time, and we could really have an ETF party. But what I want to show you guys here is the Ethereum example, okay? So looking at the Ethereum chart right here, what you will see is that Ethereum had that 40% sell-off when its 9 ETFs went live on July 23rd. Ethereum went all the way down here to 2,100. And you actually, I guess I need to correct myself. You did get a better buying opportunity on Ethereum during the April 2025 tariff debacle that did send ETH down to 1,400. So that was a better buying opportunity on Ethereum. Okay. But you saw a jump here on ETH. Even if I just measure this move from 2,100 up to 4,000, I mean, just that move was a 95% move. And how long did it take from that bottom measuring over here to this top, only about 121 days. So about 4 months after the ETF sell the news low came in, you could erode Ethereum up 95% over that time. Okay, but what I'm looking at on Ethereum is it made its move all the way up here to 4,951, and that did take some time. Slide on over here so you can see that. It took all the way till August 22nd, or right around in August here, for Ethereum to finally make that move, which would have been 130% from the low. If you bought right before the election on Ethereum and rode it up to that level, you'd make about 109%. So either way, whether you bought the ETF sell the news, or for those who really had conviction in Ethereum, if you bought the tariff debacle low, you would have even had better gains on Ethereum, riding it back up to this new all-time high that Ethereum barely squeaked out in August of this year. Now let's go over here to the Bitcoin chart and show you what happened here. We had a 21% sell-off. That sell-off took 13 days for Bitcoin, and then it was 51 days of price action to the upside for a quick 90% rally. So, short order, less than 2 months after it bottomed out, in less than 2 months, you could have made 90% if you bought that low and rode it back up. Now, if you bought that low and rode it up to the all-time high that Bitcoin hit in October of this year, well, you would have seen Bitcoin ride up 226%. Now, that did take some time. Let's measure from that low all the way out here to the high. You're looking at about 624 days. So, just shy of 2 years. Okay, so it did take some time for that 200% return to come back on your Bitcoin, but in less than 2 months, you could have made 90%. Now we look at the XRP price chart. And what I've done here is I've measured out 3 examples of what we could see happen for XRP. So if we only did about 130% from our ETF low, we would be going up to about $5 for XRP. And I think that you're definitely going to have some sell pressure at the $5 level. That would be an official all-time high at $4. So between $4 and $5, I would expect some sell pressure up there. And so that could happen in pretty short order. Like within the next couple months, you could see XRP make a move towards $5. Now, give yourself some time here and let's stay grounded in our expectations. But if we see 200% on a rally for XRP off the ETF sell the news low, well, that's taking you up to $6.50 for XRP. Now, XRP has been outperforming Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana. I mean, even if you combine the returns on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana and compare them against XRP, XRP is still outperforming all of them combined. And so the more bullish example here is a 300% rally on XRP from the ETF sell the news low, which would take XRP up to $8.50. And so all of this to say, short term, look for that rally towards $5, right? Before the end of this year, I think that we have a big sell wall between $5 and $10 that we need to clear out. And so this makes a lot of sense to me, seeing XRP bottom out right around $2 here, okay? And then rallying back up to a $4 to $5 XRP, maybe extending out a little bit further. If we got that 200% pump, that would take us up to about a $6, $7 XRP. Makes a lot of sense to me. And then once we clear out that sell wall between $5 and $10, I think that the coast is clear for us to make that approach and go up to $10 and beyond. And that's going to send us to our double-digit targets. And I firmly believe that within 12 months from now, we are going to see XRP in double digits. And I think that it very well could make a run at even going up to $20. So that's my expectations for XRP after our ETFs go live. The sell the news event plays out. 300% rally would take us up to $8.50 XRP. That could happen a lot sooner, right? That could happen within a month or two. But our worst case scenario would be going up to about a $5 XRP in the next month or two. And then bullish scenario would be going up to an $8.50, $8 XRP, 300% rally over the next couple months. And then over the next 12 months, that's when we go above $10. That's when we go set a floor price above 10 bucks. And this is why I say that XRP has entered a new cycle. I believe it's an extended cycle. If you want to call it a super cycle, that's fine. I don't really care whether or not we call it a super cycle or not. We're going higher. Right? All of this to say that you have a tremendous buying opportunity on XRP right now, and we're definitely going a lot higher. We're easily going to double up, triple up, and probably see substantial gains going to $10 and above for XRP in short order. And I believe that you're going to be making a good attempt at 20 bucks in 2026. So you guys let me know what you think in the comments down below. I'm just looking at the historical price action on the ETF pump that Bitcoin and Ethereum had, relating that and comparing it with XRP. We have way more momentum, way more fundamentals, and way more catalysts lined up to push XRP up higher. And so just like XRP has outperformed Bitcoin and Ethereum this cycle, I expect XRP's ETF pump to outperform Bitcoin and Ethereum as well. Now, if you guys appreciate what we're doing, I just want to say thank you for supporting us by liking this video, helping us out by sharing it out far and wide. And real quick, I do want to let everybody know you no longer have to use my promo code at iTrustCapital. They have removed that. But if you're looking to buy and sell crypto within your IRA retirement account or roll over to their premium custody account, our sponsor, iTrustCapital, does have you covered, okay? No more promo codes. Just use my link on down below. They have the premium custody account, the retirement accounts. All of it is available, linked up down below. iTrustCapital has you covered. Thank you so much for your support. We'll see you guys in the next one. God bless you all. I am your host, Zach Rector. I really appreciate all of the love and support. If you want to support the channel, just remember that you can start by smashing that thumbs up for me, sharing this content far and wide, and everything else is at my website.